there everybody, Groovy here, coming at you from the Grindhouse. And today, we've got a treat for you because today, we're talking about the newest cinematic interpretation of DC's Dark Knight. That's right, baby. Today, we're talking about Matt Reeves' The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz as Bruce Wayne / Batman, and Catwoman / Selina Kyle, respectively. The supporting cast also includes Colin Farrell as the Penguin, Paul Dano as the Riddler, and Andy Serkis as Alfred Pennyworth. And what did I think of this movie overall? Overall, I thought this movie was fan-frickin-tastic. This movie definitely nailed that kind of visual element that you kind of expect from a good kind of Batman, like a good grungy, dirty Gotham City. It's more of like a neon kind of tinted version of the Gotham City I feel like we saw in the Joker. Like, I feel like this is kind of like something that could exist in the same world, even though that it doesn't. It just has this overall oppressive mood and just sour kind of tone in it. It looks fantastic. Like I said, it almost looks like it's a David Fincher kind of joint because it just looks so syrupy and moist throughout the majority of this film. It's definitely harkening back visually to Seven, and that's not that bad of a thing, man, because this movie does kind of play itself not as a superhero action film, but really as kind of a serial killer thriller / detective kind of story, right? This is more of Batman by way of true detective with a very kind of somber tone, and I thought that was fantastic. I also thought, as far as the cast goes, that Robert Pattinson did a fantastic job as Batman. Maybe he doesn't play a fantastic Bruce Wayne yet, but I feel like he just nailed that kind of angsty, kind of haunted look that you would expect like a young developing Batman to have, right? Zoe Kravitz was pretty good as Catwoman, Selina Kyle, but I don't think she really had that much that really helped her shine. All in all, she was really good. But you know who really did steal all of their scenes was Colin Farrell, totally unrecognizable as the Penguin. He did a fantastic job in this. Like, he kind of channeled like this sort of gruff kind of inner Tony Soprano, and I was actually kind of surprised by that take on the character. I feel like there are a lot of visual kind of elements that kind of like in a way kind of take from some of like the Arkham games, but I bet you that's probably just more of a visual element, right? As far as the rest of the cast goes though, I did really enjoy Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon. Paul Dano as the Riddler, I also thought did a really good job. I thought he was really good up until the unmasking. I thought he was very threatening when he was in kind of serial killer mode, and he was kind of like a phantom throughout the story. That was a really good job, but once he got unmasked, I felt like they lost it a little bit because they went for such a kind of everyman note with him, right? Like, he could have been anybody, kind of like Jeffrey Dahmer could have just blended in. He had that kind of serial killer look that you wouldn't expect. He's a very unsuspecting kind of character. And while I get what they were going for with the character, that it's just kind of this effect that Batman's having on these kind of troubled people that also exist in this world, I felt like that part could have been handled a little bit better. But all in all, I thought it was very good. John Turturro was really good as Carmine Falcone as well. He popped up as a villain in a supporting role. She was really good. All of the acting in this movie was really solid. It was just, there was so much weight put onto just establishing that mood and just keeping that tone kind of going, that oppressive feeling. And also the majority of the screen time is really kind of carried by Pattinson once the movie really starts going. It really is a solid Batman movie, hands down. And I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was fantastic. Is it the best Batman movie that I've seen so far? I don't know. I feel like it's really going to be hard to judge this moving forward. And I feel like in the future, people are going to try to compare this to The Dark Knight because it really is that good of a film. I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I personally really preferred this film more than I preferred the Nolan films. I wasn't a big fan of Batman Begins or The Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight, very, very good. But I kind of like this one a little bit better because I feel like Robert Pattinson did a better job as Batman than Ben Affleck. And also Christian Bale. I never really liked Christian Bale that much as Batman, which is why you don't hear me talking about him too much on the channel. seems to me like a little bit of a Christian Bale if Christian Bale wasn't such a flaring asshole. But all in all, I thought this movie was fantastic. It looked great. Like, it kind of looked like a more toned down version of the Schumacher Batman, like Batman Forever. That's some of the vibe that I kind of got from some of the looks of Gotham City. Like, if everything wasn't so neon, if things were a lot grungier and more realistic, I feel like that's something that could be existing in like a parallel world, maybe. I don't know. Who knows though, maybe they will exist in a parallel world in some sort of multiverse crossover event in the future, because it seems like the superhero genre is gonna go head first into that shit. But all in all, I thought this movie was fantastic. If you're a fan of Batman, I'd say go see this movie. I thought this movie was really, really good. I thought Robert Pattinson did a fantastic job. Matt Reeves did a fantastic job. This movie looked good. It sounded good. The score in it was fantastic. It was just all around great. But I feel like some of the side characters, supporting characters, could have been developed a little bit more. And I always get concerned that you're going to have too grounded of a Batman story, if you know what I mean. Because you don't want to get too far away from the comic book nature of Batman. We don't want to go too far into the Nolan territory where we kind of lose some of the fun of the characters, right? What's the fun in having a crazy clown if he can't have some real good shenanigans? You know, they kind of skirted that border there with the Joker and Bane and stuff like that, but it was never really over the top, never really superhuman or supernatural in the Nolanverse. I hope there's a little bit of room for that in Matt Reeves' universe, but well, who knows? We'll have to see as things develop and as they crank out sequels and side stories and stuff like that. I am looking forward to seeing what that HBO Max Gotham kind of project that they have is. I believe it was GCPD, but it's turned into an Arkham series, which actually sounds way cooler to me. But let me know what you guys thought of this movie. Did you guys enjoy this movie? Did you guys enjoy this quick little video? I didn't want to get too crazy into it, didn't want to get too far into the spoiler territory, but I did want to drop a quick video and just kind of get this out there for you before we discuss any further. Let me know. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, stay classy, but no matter what you do, make sure to stay groovy, people. We outie. Bye-bye.